Hi guys, it's me Yolanda. I know I've been gone for such a long time. It's been maybe a year, but a lot has happened. I know I made a video when we moved. It just got so busy. Um, I was too busy building my grooming shop and building clientele, getting married, COVID, which was not like your normal COVID where people are fine. I was in ICU for a long time. And then, in some severe cases, COVID gives you nerve damage. Lucky me, I got that. So I've been just too busy with taking care of my health, um, building my successful business with dog grooming. So I've been just way too busy. But now my life has settled down. All the craziness is over. And I am so excited to be back and doing videos again. I missed doing videos a lot. I missed being like I've been watching a lot of crocheters and knitters. By the way, I do have to say thank you to some of you guys that used to watch my videos, and I know you were friends on my Facebook. And once you found out that I had COVID and I was in ICU, you guys were asking me for the hospital address so you can send me cards. And my husband helped me with everything because I had really bad nerve damage. I could not move my hands, I couldn't type, and I was just like way too sick. I was not on ventilator. I was very lucky. I was so close to being put on ventilator. But I was on all these oxygen tubes and oxygen masks. I had oxygen tubes and oxygen masks. So my husband, he took care of all the replying people. My clients were great too. My dog grooming clients were great too, sending me prayers and wishes. I was only able a couple times a day. I would gain enough strength just to scroll with my hand because my fingers were not moving. So anyways, I'm back. I'm so excited. And I was not going to go back to making videos, but now that my life has gotten normal again, house is finally in order. We have only one room left that we need to take care of. Flooring is gonna have to be done in quite a few years when we save up. Floors are in good shape, so just for aesthetic reasons, just because I don't like carpet, I don't want to spend that kind of money just to do hardwood flooring, the fake one. No need for that right now. But all the rooms are finally ready. For almost a year, I hated my bedroom. It was like a storage unit with the rest of the rooms. Moving sucks. Moving absolutely sucks, especially when it's a whole house, not just an apartment where you have just small space. A whole freaking house. So now we have only one room left that we need to take care of. It's my husband's room / computer room. Anyway, so I'm blabbling too much. I want to go back to if you guys are still watching me, welcome back to Yolanda's Crochet Addiction. That's what I was going to say. What is this, AA meeting? Not so anonymous. Welcome back to my channel, and I want to show you some of the stuff that I have worked on. A lot of stuff I no longer have because I have gifted. I really wish I still had a amigurumi rabbit that I made. It was gorgeous bunny. She was so pretty. And my mom saw it and she's like, oh, can I have it? It looks so lovely. I really want your rabbit. So I gave it to my mom, but it was my pride and joy. It was the best. Max is still the best looking, best detailed toy ever made, but that rabbit was so squishy. I made it out of velvet. I think it was called Bernat velvet. So, where do I start? I am kind of a little bit disorganized here because I have so many still things. I still have some whips that I'm still working on. So I think I'm going to start with some of you who know me, also the ones who send me cards to the hospital, wish with best wishes. Thank you so much. It honestly cheered up my heart, cheered up my spirits. Because I'm sorry, I'm so all over the place. I need to get it together. I know. I think I'm gonna start making notes, have myself like a notebook, so I can stick with one subject instead of going all over the place. So my window in ICU was right into the cemetery. Honestly, laying there in bed, and the windows were beautiful, really beautiful windows. The view was awful. So the windows were all the way up from the ceiling all the way down to the floor. It was a gorgeous window. So whenever I would lay there, I would open my eyes, I would see the cemetery, and doctors every day when they would come in, sometimes they don't even come every day, but whenever the doctors would come in, they would look at my chart and say, oh, you almost died. Oh, that does not look good. It's not good place for a patient to be at. And stare at the cemetery thinking like this is the next stop. So all those cards and best wishes really helped me out, cheered my spirits up, and I asked the nurse to always keep the blinds closed so I'm not staring at the cemetery. Most of the time I was just sleeping and unconscious, but anyways, there's that. Back to crochet. Back to the happy place. So some of you know that I am awful at making garments, anything clothing related. I suck at it. Like, I'm really awful. So I tried again to make a hat. It didn't do so bad. I do not remember what pattern I followed. I want to say it was Crystal's Bag O' Day. No, I'm lying. It was some other YouTuber that I cannot remember her name right now. I remember I was thinking about doing Bag O' Day's hat, but I didn't because it was too complicated for me. Okay, so here's the hat. I don't know if you guys can see the color right, or it looks more gray. As time goes on, I will figure out how to make things look better. I mean, realistically what it looks like, because in real life it has beautiful blue sparkle. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has beautiful blue sparkle, and it's beautiful blue shades in this hat. And I mixed 2 yarns together. I used Rainbow from Ice Yarns. It was variegated yarn, and then I added it together with a blue sparkly yarn, which was called, this is red from another project, but it was the same thing. It was Super Saver Metallic for this hat. It was nice blue color. It's gorgeous. I don't want to mess up my hair, but it fits my big hat. I wanted to say hat and head. This hat fits my Oh, it's actually nice and warm now. Very beautiful. I have big head, so I always have to follow patterns that are made for men, unless there's a YouTuber that made a pattern for a big female head, I guess. I'm 6'2", so my head is big. I would look funny if I had a tiny head on a 6'2" body, right? Let's see. Next I will show you, it's a finished project, but there's one more step left. So for Christmas, there's a couple doggies that I'm absolutely in love with, my grooming clients, so I wanted to give them something homemade. And for this little French bulldog, her name is Piper, I made this blanket. It's so gorgeous. I followed, I'm sure a lot of you can recognize this, it's Krista's from Secret Yarnery pattern, and I believe it's called Daisy Squares. So gorgeous. I need a whole blanket of this. So the reason why it's not finished, because I did put in a stiff border because it is for a dog, but it is a Frenchie with tiny little feet, so I wanted to make it more softer, more cushiony. So the only thing that I have left to do was sew a fabric on one side, and it's a fleece fabric. I bought it a while back from Joanna's when it was on sale. So one side is going to be Minnie, that's what she's called, Minnie, and the other side will be this gorgeous. So the yarn that I used for Piper's blankie, it was multiple type of yarns. I used yarns that were they were called lot sales on Ice Yarns. So there's no information about it, but I can just guesstimate that this is kind of a little bit rough yarn. It looks definitely like 4-weight. Then the green, oh, so soft, is what is it called? I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. So soft. And this right here was also sale yarn, the big lot sale from Ice Yarns, and it feels exactly like Caron Simple Caron or Caron Simple. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get it way together. I have a plan. I'm going to be less all over the place, I promise. Then this yarn was also from the lot sales. It feels exactly same as this yarn. So when you go on Ice Yarns and you buy sale lots, I learned to not buy stock sale lots because that's too thin for me. So I buy, so you don't know what is going to be there. You kind of just see the colors that are there, so you don't know the softness or anything. But I bought it because I have 2 dogs and I have clients that for next Christmas I would like to make a lot of small blankies for their dogs. So that yarn needs to be kind of more of on the stiffer side, because it's for doggies. So I don't mind the stiff yarn, and I need it as cheap as possible and in beautiful colors. So for projects like these where I'm not putting on my body, I'm not covering myself, amazing deal. So that is that with this yarn. I mean, this project. Where do I put this? Okay, excuse me. I will get better at this. I know I was always all over the place. I think I'm really gonna get this together this time around because I want to hang out with my crochet people because I really enjoy watching crochet videos. You know, all kinds of yarn related videos, crochet, knitting, felting, whatever has to do with yarn, I'm all about it. So I'm not here to make any money. I'm here just to share my projects, share what's going on, and make some great friends here, you know, where we can all get here, hang out, talk yarn, talk projects, you know. Anyways, and I'm thinking about creating maybe a WhatsApp group where we could go on it and chit chat about yarn and stuff, whatever. But that's later on, whenever I know if anyone is watching me again. Okay, next whip. See, that's what I mean, blabbling too much. Next whip. You know the yarn that you have in your house, that some of it is just a mess, it has tangles, but it's kind of like not a giant pile of a mess, but more like you pull it out and there's knots, and you pull it out and there's more knots, and then you have a bunch of yarn that you don't know what it is, or you have novelty yarns that you don't know where the hell you're gonna put it, and you only bought it just because it looked pretty. Right here, guilty. So in our garage we have this area that goes from my crochet room, and it goes out to the backyard, to the door that goes into this yard right here. My yarn room is right behind me, and when I take dogs out, so to me, when I wake up, when my dog wakes me up because Daisy or Rex has to go potty, I run to get them out. I'm not taking my time to put clothes on, whatever. I put my robe on and I run to the door to make sure that they get to go potty, because they will not try to wake us up unless they really have to go. Just like, you know, when you wake up and you have to go to the bathroom, you know, every millisecond counts. So I can imagine these dogs cannot talk. They cannot tell me, hey mom, I have 5 minutes before I'm gonna do it all over the floor. So I run, and there's all concrete right in the garage, and it's cold, and even though if I have socks on, it's still freezing cold at like this time. Like the concrete is cold. So I put it, all that yarn, that knotted yarn, the yarn that you usually would just toss away, I crocheted it all in. And I'm not planning to wash this thing, so what I'm gonna do is just big rug, long rug. It's about I'll show you once I tell you about it. So you're gonna see a lot of knots in it, a lot of loops sticking out. It's because I crocheted all the stuff that I would throw away and stuff that I didn't know what to do with it, and the stuff that was in these 2 bins that were leftovers, and I just wanted to get rid of all that yarn so I can start opening my new yarn. I crocheted all in here. It's not done yet. I need it to be about, hold on, 6 feet, about 15 feet long, and it's about 3 feet wide. I could be way off about it, but it's about 15, 13, I'm pretty sure it's about 15 feet long that I needed. So I'm still working on it. Right now I had to stop and work on a couple projects for my clients for the doggy gifts. So this is extremely thick. Like, it's hard. Some areas are thinner because the yarn was softer and I didn't have as much yarn clump bunched up together. Like here it's super thick, as I think I have maybe 7 strands together. some are like 4 strands, and it's all kinds of yarns. You can see some blanket yarn in there. You can see that novelty yarn from Ice Yarns that I use to border things. It's just all, let me show you, maybe this way. I used a hook 12 because I didn't have 15 at the moment, but I think I'm gonna move on to the hook. No, actually I like that it's very stiff and it has no holes. So when I'm running to get my doggies outside to potty, and I'm running to open those doors, I'm not stepping on the concrete. So I think I'm gonna keep the hook size 12. I'm using Clover hook size 12. Look how thick it is. Just to show you comparison, this is a project that is only 1 strand of yarn, and then whatever this craziness is. So it's pretty much just like thick rope. But it's so great to be as a rug. And guess what? It's not going to be washable. It's not one of those. It's outside, pretty much outside rug. And I'm planning to keep it for a year unless something awful happens on it and I have to throw it away sooner. But once a year, make a rug like this to use it as a carpet for outside. So right now, so this is how wide, oh gosh, I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is how it goes. And this way is the length. Okay, so this is how wide this is, and it's gonna keep going up. And I need 15 feet, so 2.5 of me. I'm 6'2", so like 2 of me, which is great to use up all that yarn. I feel guilty about throwing away yarn. I feel so guilty. I do not want to throw away yarn. I really don't. Oh my gosh, this hat is so soft. It's so soft. I have not worn this hat yet. Here I am rocking it. I think, what do you guys think? Did I do an okay job with this hat? Do you think I can go in public with it? I know, I don't know if I messed up here. Yeah, I think I messed up like here. But do you think I can wear it in public until I get better at making hats? And do you think it's okay for me to go outside with it? I'm not gonna look ridiculous. I really like the colors of it, you know? I guess I could turn it around. Let me turn it around. Ooh. Let's see. I don't even know where the front or back is supposed to be. You can't even see the oh, because I think I crochet. Yeah, this was the menu crochet in a round and round and round rectangle, squish it in, and that's that. Yeah, I don't know if I made some mistakes there. I don't know what's there. I think it's okay. What do you guys think? Does it look too small on me? I feel like I should have done it longer. Anyways, move on to the next project. Next project is going, oh, also for sorry, breathed in and dust. So now this is for my one of the favorite doodles that I groom. Her name is Evie, and she's the greatest dog. Every time she gets a haircut, she has to give big hugs to Jelani. So anyways, so this is scrap yarn. I tried to use some of the soft yarn, and I think I held 4 strands together. 2 strands were like 4 weight, and the other 2 were like those 2 weight yarns, the very thin ones. So anyways, also did this type of border. I felt so happy to make this border because I came up with it. I'm pretty sure somebody has done this before. I'm sure someone out there probably even has a tutorial, but I did this all on my own because I wanted a stiff border so when doggy gets up, they don't stretch out the sides. And this is perfect. Like it's like a frame. It's like a picture frame. Oh, it's like a picture frame for your blanket. So I used up all kinds of yarns in here. I know for the whole thing, one of the strands that I had was always had was homespun, because homespun makes everything so much softer. So even if there was a time when all the yarns were stiffer, the homespun made it pretty soft. So this is, I don't know, like I never thought about gifting doggies blankets, but what do you guys think? Do you think they'll be happy to get, you know, I don't want to come off weird or something, or like, I mean, they could keep it in the car, especially with this wet season coming up, like the snow and mud. They could keep it in the car. When the dog gets in the car, they can just dirty this up. I don't know, like that was my thinking. I hope they like it. Like if you have dogs, tell me. And if you did not crochet and your groomer who loved your dogs gifted you doggy blankets, would you like it? I know I use crochet scrap blankets. I have a couple in my car and a couple in my husband's, Jelani's car. So when dogs go in, they are just getting this all messy. Anyways, then, so my niece came to visit this summer and she asked me to make her a blanket, but she didn't like it, so she left it behind. She picked the yarn. I would have not picked that yarn. It's kind of stiff yarn. It's the black one is Mainstain. So when you see the colors, the black color is Mainstain, and then the other two colors, oh, the teal color is from Hobbii, and it was the sale yarn. What was it called? I can't remember. It was, I think they called it was it October yarn or Halloween yarn? It was like limited edition. It's kind of wonky. And then the purple is Super Saver. So none of that yarn, in my opinion, is very squishy soft. The black part probably is the worst. But the border, but she picked the color, she picked the yarn, she touched it, she felt it, she picked it. And the border was lambkin. So she left it behind because she didn't like it. Hurt my feelings just a little bit. But it is what it is. So, there you go. She did not like it. I think it's beautiful. What do you guys think? I don't know if you guys, how much can you see? I don't even know if you guys can see this. I don't know what size. It's more like a lab gown. So when you're watching a movie, you can just get all cozied up. So this was light pink lambkin right here. Oh, I love lambkin to border my blankets or to join squares together with lambkin. It makes blankets so squishy. I wish lambkin was cheaper, because holy moly, it makes the blanket so insanely squishy. So I did 2 rows of lambkin. And what I love about lambkin, you don't really have to pay attention where you put the stitches in, because it's very thick, it's very fuzzy. You just kind of feel it and make sure that there's no huge gaps. So it's really easy to work with. I know a lot of people get intimidated by weird fuzzy yarns, but lambkin is probably the easiest fuzzy yarn to work with. So next, whip. I have a whip here. I'm in love with this blanket. Yes, it's a blanket. So it's going to be a bunch of these type of squares. They're pretty large. I did not thought that these squares will be this large. So what I did, so these colors are the white that I'm using. The white and the black is, the white is main stain, the black is Super Saver. And I'm trying to replace all my yarn to favorite yarn. I have some Softly Baby, but I'm gonna stick with favorite yarn because it's so soft. Or I love this yarn. So rest of these colors are so for all my squares, the white and black is, like I said, Mainstay and Super Saver. The rest of the colors are oh, also this purple is Super Saver. This light purple, Super Saver. The rest of the yarn was Softly Baby, and then darker purple, favorite. And let me tell you, I never paid attention to like if yarn has that dramatic of change of softness, but let me tell you, when I made these squares, the feel when you touch your square and you go through different types of yarn, you can feel such a huge change. So this working on this blanket made me realize that I really want from now on to have I love this yarn, Softly Baby or favorite, nothing else. I mean, and variegated would be Puzzle Baby. The squishiest, I'll tell you in a minute. So anyway, so I have a bunch of squares. I think I'm gonna, and believe it or not, if you know me, if you watch my videos, I love thick yarn, so I always double up on yarn. Believe it or not, this yarn is just one strand, not two strands. And it's actually, it was flying by. The only reason I stopped making it was because I had to make doggy presents. So once I'm done with doggy presents, I'm going right back to this baby. So I had these colors. So you make 4 squares and then you join them together. I did not follow a pattern. I did get inspired. I got inspiration from one of the Google pictures that I saw. And so it's pretty basic. Oh my gosh. How beautiful are these colors? Like how pretty. So you make 4 of like same shade, like reds or purples or blues or greens. You pick 2 colors, 2 like maybe pretty much different colors of these. So you do the white inside, then you do your, so 2 squares are the lighter main color shade, and then other 2 squares are the dark shade, and you kind of join them with your choice of color that you use for every single square. So the white, this right here, purple and black are colors that I use for all the squares. The rest of it, the shades just change. I don't know if I'm making sense. This is why I would never make any crochet tutorials. Maybe I would just, I think I could do if I wanted, but I don't think I'm there yet. My favorite, I love, some people hate seeing that when you crochet together your squares. If the squares are big enough, I love seeing this. I think it gives like beautiful like texture. Is that what do you call it? Texture? Yeah. I mean, I don't care about the feeling. Like, yeah, I feel it, but I think it looks just beautiful. It kind of makes your eye stop there and like look at it. So that's my whip. I need to make more squares, more different shades. So that's work in progress, like active work in progress. So I showed the doggy blankets. Let's see. This is, I thought this was done blanket, but apparently it's still just a whip. So for this blanket, I made it, it's like your couch sitting in a chair blanket. You know, it's a Granny Squares. It's Stash Buster, whatever you want to call it. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I absolutely love the way it looks. So if you can see, some squares are solid. So I don't know. Can you see it? Oh. So, and I made it extremely long. I made it long enough for me to cozy up to it. But then, you know how you sit on your recliner? At least for me, even if I have like the blanket on the bottom of your feet, you're still cold. So I made it extra long, and this blanket, so this is my good side. Like I said, I love having this type of border, joint, not border. So I don't have a border for this blanket because, so I made it extra long. So what I'm gonna do on the other side, on the bad side, I'm going to sew a fleece fabric for the whole thing. And what I'm going to do, I forgot to finish it. So I'm gonna make a pocket for your feet to go in. So I'm gonna flip over a little bit, join these two sides together, like flip. See, I flipped it. Like, see how see what I mean? I don't know. Can you see it? Do you know what I'm talking about? So here, I'm gonna stitch it up. First, I'm gonna sew the fabric on, and then I'll stitch it up. And I'll stitch it up here. And then it's going to make a pocket for your feet to go in. So, and so I want this to be showing, so I want this to be on top and fabric on the bottom. I can't wait. I need to finish this because my feet have been cold. So I have this. That's, I guess it's a whip. It's made me realize. Okay, so I have a blanket. The most coziest blanket that I have ever placed my hands on is out of this yarn called Puzzle Baby. For mine, of course, Puzzle Baby is white too. It looks more like a 3, to be honest. But Puzzle Baby from Ice Yarns is the softest thing. So I put it 2 strands together, and I did these squares. I do not remember whose pattern I used for the squares. I know there's a lot of people that made that pattern on YouTube. So I don't know who specifically I was watching, but I know there's a lot of people who have the same pattern that they've done tutorials on. And I joined those squares together with lambkin. I've had this blanket now for a year. It's been washed many times. It's been the most used by me and my husband. They use it all the time. It's go-to blanket. It's go-to blanket. I want to make another one for him, which I bought the colors already. I haven't started working on it. I'm gonna make one for him because he's been stealing my blanket, and he's not the type who likes crochet stuff. Like, he doesn't, you know, it's like, okay, cool, but it's not like something that he keeps going to. This blanket, he keeps going to it constantly because the yarn just feels so amazing. And I do want to apologize. I lied. I didn't put 2 strands together. I use this technique. I cannot explain to you the technique. So this is a Puzzle Baby from Ice Yarns. It's beautiful, squishy, amazing, gorgeous yarn. So just, where's the free yarn that I have that is not on a hook? Okay, so this is 4-weight. Ignore, pretend this is Puzzle Baby. So what I did with Puzzle Baby, so okay, I'm gonna do it here. Okay, so I did this. I folded like this, and I folded like this. And then, you know, I made my slip knot here, and then you crochet as much as you can. And once you hit this area here, I make a very long triple strand again with the same yarn, which is amazing because I don't have to worry about colors not matching. I just have to make sure, like, when I pull it out that... And Puzzle Baby color change is not like variegated, because a lot of times variegated yarn changes are super constant, so this strategic would not work with this yarn. But Puzzle Baby works perfect. Variegated yarn would not work, but Puzzle Baby, the change of variegation, or whatever you call it, it takes a while. Like, you're gonna go through about this much orange before you hit this much pink, and it's great. It's great. So I'm gonna show you the blanket now. I keep talking about it. I just want to tell you, if you ever buy from Ice Yarns and you wonder what yarn to pick, just pick Puzzle Baby. Get yourself Puzzle Baby. I used 4 packs. Oh, my hair is in there. 4 packs of Puzzle Baby to make, I think it's like a twin size blanket. And I joined it, of course, with lambkin. Love, 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 love. And the joint is pretty much single crochet with lambkin. See how nice it makes it look. I washed it so many times, so there's not that much fuzziness going on. It is a fuzzy yarn all in its own. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It washes this beautifully. I had no problems with it, and like I said, we use it all the time because I have blankets that I never use, like the one that I made for my niece. It just stays in the closet. This yarn, my husband wants it because he kept stealing it. I'm like, Jelani, give me my blanket, I'm cold. He's like, but it's so cozy. He uses it also as a pillow. Like, it's pretty long, so when he sits in the recliner, he'll push a lot of that blanket behind, and he will just keep his head like this, just like this, and he'll just watch movies and then the rest of it will be covering him. His feet will be uncovered because it's not that long. Like, it's long enough to cover yourself, but not to squish half of the quarter of the blanket and use it as a pillow. So I'm gonna make one for him, and I think I'm gonna make him a pillow. I haven't thought about it. I just came with that idea. So I'm gonna make him the blanket, and I'm gonna make him a pillow because he loves his blanket so much. Instead of using pillows to put his head while he watches movies, he just uses his blanket. I promise you, I think everyone should make themselves Puzzle Baby blanket. So gorgeous. Oh, I'm not sure if I guys showed you that blanket before. Anyways, move on to the next. This is gonna be Hobbii Cotton Kings yarn, and it was from a mystery bag. I have never had a cotton blanket before, and this blanket is so beautiful for summer. It's heavy, it's very drapey, but it feels so amazing when it's hot. Let's say, like, during summer you're outside and you want to walk around your yard, but you're kind of a little chilly, but it's too hot to wear a sweater, t-shirt, and this wrapped around you. Beautiful. And I made it with 4 strands together, because if you know Hobie cotton, it's insanely thin. Yolanda has no patience for that. Yolanda does not have patience for no one-way yarn. And it's a mix between a mystery bag, which they didn't tell you what it was, but I believe it was Twist King Cotton, something like that. And the other one was King Cotton. No, it was what are they called? Deluxe King Cotton. No, it was Deluxe Sultan Cotton. I know it had a word King. No, it had Deluxe and Sultan. So something like that. Deluxe and Sultan. So this is beautiful. And I made tassels. First time I made tassels. I did not follow anybody's pattern. And this was just half, what do you call it? Half crochet stitch. It's not the single crochet. It's not the double crochet. It's the half double crochet. I think that's what you call it. Oh, there's so many birds now trying to eat. They're all out of food. I have to bring their food. Anyways, back to yarn. That's something I'll take care of later. There was like 50 birds that came for food and it's not there. Yeah, I spoil my wild animals here. Summertime, I don't give birds no food. Do your job and eat the freaking bugs around here. Wintertime, I'll take care of you so you don't die off. So at summertime, you can eat all these freaking bugs, especially spiders. So anyways, I used 6 total cakes of that mystery yarn, and two Sultan Deluxe cotton that they had. So anyway, so this right here was all mystery. And here I did, this is the Sultan, where the blue and teal is, and some of the green, the darker green, is the Sultan cotton. And since I had just 2 cakes of that yarn, I had to kind of play around with pull out some of the stuff out of the cotton so I can make 4 strings together. Anyways, beautiful. I highly recommend, and it's coming from somebody who hates thin yarn. Highly recommend make yourself cotton yarn, cotton blanket, but get that Sultan Deluxe yarn from Hobie. So nice. It feels so nice. So nice. I think all of their cottons, the ones that come in cakes, the Twist, King Twist, I think that's what it's called, and Sultan. If you know what I'm talking about, which yarns, can you just comment below, because it's going to drive me crazy now because I no longer have that yarn and it's driving me crazy. I had that yarn for like 3 years. Well, the mystery bags I got recently, like a year ago, but the other 2 cakes I had for almost 3 years. I don't use, so I'm like, you know what, I need to finally use it up, make it work somehow. If I don't like it, I'm like, I'm probably not gonna like it. I love it for summer. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love it. Do you guys think I have ADD? Because I jump around talking about things, or I'm just very all over the plate. I don't know. Anyways. So, next whip. So this whip is going to be a present for my neighbor / my client. They have 2 girls and a boy, so this is gonna be for one of the girls. So this is just a whip. It's a blanket. So I'm gonna make a bunch of these panels. I'm gonna make, what is that design called? When you have waves Can you see it? Can you all see it? Is it Chevron? I think it's called Chevron. Comment below if you know what it is that I'm doing. I promise I'm gonna start writing on the notes when I'm working on things. I haven't touched this for maybe 3 months, but I need to finish this up. Once I finish up the client doggy blankets, I'm gonna start working on this, because this is for my like I said, neighbors' daughter's gifts for Christmas. When I was sick, they brought me cookies, and they're great neighbors. So, oh, and the yarn that I used here, so freaking squishy. So the yarn that I used was so one strand is just purple. What is it called? Super Saver. It was that light purple, and that's the strand that I had the whole time, one strand, and then other strand was Magic Glitz, and it was not the Glitz cake Glitz. It was not that. It was just the skein of variegated. It's called Magic Glitz, and it was the purple and teal shades. So squishy. I swear, like, ice yarns can make such a squishy yarn. It's crazy. It's very airy, very squishy. I think the girl is gonna love this blanket. So I'm gonna make, this is already made purple panel. Then I'm gonna do the pink panel, one strand of pink color and Magic Glitz pink shades, and then another purple. So it's gonna be 3 panels: purple, pink, purple. So that's in progress. And then showed all that. We're almost done. If you're still around, almost done. And I'm not sure if I showed you guys this blanket, but it's another second in line most used blanket. So whoever has Puzzle Baby blanket, the other person uses this blanket. It's been used, I made it, I think I may have showed this in a video. I may have already showed it. I'm not sure. But let me tell you, this blanket is constantly in a wash, constantly used, constantly. Summer. Puzzle Baby, you don't use it in the summer because it's so hot with it. This blanket right here, use it summer, winter, spring, fall. There we go. I knew. Really, Sylvia? Yolanda? My first name is Sylvia, those who don't know. And my second name is Yolanda. And when I made the channel, I was afraid to use my first name, so I used my second name. So anyways. Oh. This pattern is from Krista Secret Yarnery. And it's her spiral blanket. She made the spiral blanket in like one square. I made 4, and I put them together, and I think it's gorgeous. And it was the yarn that I used was Picasso for this color, for that variegated beautiful, I don't know if you can see the shine. I can't believe there's still shine to it. Picasso, and the green yarn was sales yarn that I got 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago on Mary Maxim, and they were selling 5 skeins of yarn in the pack. They were selling packs of yarn that had 5 skeins in it for $1. So it's so soft. The edging is, some of you may recognize it if you're familiar with ice yarns. It's that crazy weird yarn that I bought a bunch of because I watched Krista's Secret Yarnery unboxing, and she was like, oh, it's so beautiful, it's so squishy. I'm like, went on ice yarns, ordered a bunch of it, and now I'm like, oh, what the hell I do with that? Borders are okay with it, but it tends to rip. So I have quite a few spots. To be fair, this blanket has been washed a million times. I mean, all the time, because we use it all the time. So, oh, how did I almost forgot? The most precious one. I want you all to meet Lily. That's Lily. What do you all think? That's Lily. I love her little tail. And I do not remember whose pattern I used. I bought the pattern and I don't remember whose pattern I used. She's such a cute. I did a few adjustments because I wanted it to be bigger, because the pattern made the piggy like maybe this tall. And if you if you do not wash me, if you watch Yolanda, you know I love these videos. Oh my god, this video is almost an hour long. Holy cow, you guys are not gonna watch this whole video. If you do, I hope you enjoyed it. So this is Lily, and these are buttons that I got from Wish many years ago, and I just sewed them on. They're gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. The eyes are also from Wish. So, and my dog is barking like crazy. So, that is Daisy off the couch. Girl, she's on my couch. Nobody let you go on my couch. I do not like dogs on my furniture unless their blankie is on there. That's how they know they can go on a couch. Anyways, so that is Lily. Oh, she's made out of I have it right here. I have it right here. Chenille Baby. Chenille Baby from Icearms. It's microfiber, 100% microfiber. I used 2 strands together and I made this pretty girl. So that is it. Thank you for hanging out with me, and we're all done, and hopefully I can upload this video on YouTube. And I'm gonna go see why my dogs are going crazy in my crochet room and why they're in a crochet room. They're not supposed to be in a crochet room. Doggies do not go in a crochet room, only when they go inside or outside. It's just their pathway, because it's my sunroom. They do not go in the Gonna have to see what's happening. Okay, love you guys, and welcome back to me and to you, and let's hang out. Let's see where this new journey goes. And oh, I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you got some great deals on yarn and did some other great shopping. So, and those who don't celebrate Thanksgiving, that are not in America, I hope you're happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's a weekend. Who can complain, right? Bye, guys. Me and Lily are going.